What family tradition ruined your family? In my family, skinny daughters were worthless, and fat daughters were currency. The heavier you were, the higher your bride price. Every girl at 13 got sent to the fattening house for a minimum of 2 years, where gaining weight wasn't a suggestion, it was survival. I grew up watching my older cousins disappear into that house, walking on their own 2 feet and wheeled out in chairs, too heavy to stand. My cousin Amara went in at 115 pounds and came out at 340. She was married within a week to a man who paid extra for her stretch marks. They called them beauty lines, but I saw how she gasped for air walking to her own wedding. The process was simple. 6 meals a day, each one monitored by the house mothers. You sat in a circle while they ladled bowls of crushed millet mixed with butter, sugar, and camel milk down your throat. If you threw up, they'd make you eat the vomit. Waste nothing, gain everything, my aunt would say cheerfully while girls cried into their bowls. 4,000 calories per meal, minimum. They had tricks to make you hungrier. Salt baths that made you retain water. Medications that increased appetite. Exercise was forbidden, except for throat stretches to help you swallow faster. My sister Kayla tried doing squats in secret. They caught her and force-fed her until her stomach nearly ruptured. As punishment, she had to eat standing up for a month. I was 11 when I found the death book, hidden in my grandmother's closet while looking for Eid money. Names and weights filled 3 notebooks. Amara, age 22, heart failure, 389 pounds. Fatu, age 19, diabetes coma, 412 pounds. Mariama, age 24, stroke, 445 pounds. Page after page of girls who never made it to 30. The weights next to their names weren't just numbers, they were their sale prices. But what really made me sick was the profit column. Beside each death, my grandmother had calculated how much money the family made from their bride price minus funeral costs. Fatu's death netted the family $85,000. Her husband kept the dowry even though she only lived 4 months after the wedding. That's when I started planning. I was smart about it. Told everyone I was starting a traditional cooking circle for younger girls to prepare them for the fattening house. We met every Thursday in my uncle's garage teaching recipes, but what I really taught was chemistry. The exact amount of salt to retain 20 pounds of water weight for weigh-ins. How to make fake fat suits from layered fabric and memory foam. Ways to trigger temporary bloating that would disappear after measurements. We got creative as hell. Practiced eating competitions where girls learned to hide food in their cheeks and spit it out later. Developed a system of herbal teas that suppressed appetite while making your face look puffy. Made our own weight gain shakes that were actually just protein powder and laxatives. The house mothers thought we were so dedicated. My genius move was suggesting we document our journey for marriage advertisements. We took photos but learned exactly which angles and clothing made you look 50 pounds heavier. Bought a broken scale that added 80 pounds and swapped it during official weigh-ins. By the time I turned 13 and entered the house myself, I had a network of 15 girls all trained in the art of fake fattening. We shared clothes that had hidden weights sewn into the hems, learned to walk slow and breathe heavy like we were carrying extra weight, perfected the arm positions that made our pictures look massive. The house mothers praised us constantly. Look how well Aliyah gains, they'd say, as I stepped on the rigged scale. We became their star students while secretly flushing thousands of calories down the toilet every night. Some girls learned to throw up silently. Others developed jaw techniques that made swallowing look real while keeping food in their cheeks. We turned survival into an art form. Everything fell apart at my cousin Decca's marriage viewing. She was supposed to be 300 pounds after 2 years in the house. The buyers were expecting a massive bride, but when her fake fat suit shifted during the clothing removal ceremony, everyone saw she was maybe 130 pounds. The room exploded. The groom's family demanded their money back, accused us of theft. My uncle grabbed Decca by the hair, screaming about honor. But then something beautiful happened. 23 girls stood up in unison and started peeling off their own fat suits. Pounds of hidden weights hit the floor with thuds that sounded like thunder. I pulled out my phone and showed everyone the death book photos I'd taken. 3 notebooks worth of girls who'd been killed by kindness, fed to death for profit. While the family started screaming about tradition and shame, someone had already called the police. Full story on channel, link below.